Hi, this is Dave with PPG Creations. Welcome to my fluid art channel. Today we're going to be doing a painting that is a repeat palette that I did about a week ago. And it's suggested by Cathleen from COZ Creations to Jessica at Winterstrom Art. Both of their channels will be listed in the description below. But the colors intrigued me. I did the first painting and I got a lot of bubbles. I actually didn't hate the results with that, but I wanted to try it again without bubbles. And I'm not sure I successfully did that, but there's certainly a lot less bubbles this time. So let's get down to the colors and see what we can do with this. Our colors for today are going to be, as suggested by Cathleen, is Qunacridone. This is Bordeaux Red. Jessica added this. It's a dioxazine purple. In my case, this is kind of a mix of a purple I had. I thought it was Diox purple, then I noticed there was a shimmer to it. So I put some Diox purple in there, and anyways, I tried to get as close as I could. Over here, this is Mango, and that's a TLP color. These two over here, that's Zeus and Honeycomb. 1, 2, 3 are also this little Piggies, and what I think started here is Violet Rain by this little Piggy. I added just a little bit of Diox purple and a tiny bit of high fluid carbon black to darken it up. So that's our colors for today. Oh, and finally over here, this is my faux pillow. This is carbon black, mixed a little bit differently than I usually do. So it's by pouring medium with some high flow carbon black in there, and just to thin it out just a little bit. So it's carbon black with high flow carbon black, and just a little bit more Josonia to get it the consistency I want. It flowed really nicely and it didn't break up, so I'm actually pretty happy with that part of it. So let's see what we can do down on the canvas. This is PPG Multi-Pro. It's been my go-to for the better part of about 2 years now, actually a little bit more. I like it because first off, it's low sheen, and that's what you want to look for in a pillow paint. Secondly, the consistency is about as good as I've ever seen. Here we go. This is Qunacridone, or Qunacridone Nickel Azole Gold by Golden, and I'm going to do a large swipe of this. So there's going to be it's not a puddle. I want to put this onto the canvas in as thin a layer as I can, so that later I can come back and pull that paint up to create a beautiful backlit look to it. So I'm going to just give it a nice swipe here. Slow and easy wins the race on this. You don't need to be in a rush. You just want to get a nice even coat. And it's really kind of a balance game, because if you get too close to the white paint underneath, you'll pull up some of that paint in your swipe. So just be very careful when you do it. Now I'm pulling up my Bordeaux Red, and that's going to go over the top of that. Didn't matter that I got any mixing with this, so I didn't separate the two, and I'm going to put that over the top, because if the Qunacridone comes up, it's the color underneath, so it's not a bad thing. And in this case, it didn't come up. Now the Bordeaux Red is by Arteza, and it's a little used color in my palette. I need to use it more because it's very flexible. It is opaque, which means you can't see through it. The danger here that you have with this color palette, because the Qunag is actually semi-opaque, and that could cause a problem, but it doesn't. It pulls up beautifully when you use it this way. This is Mango by This Little Piggy. Here it looks orange, but in person it's a very shimmery orange gold. That's what I like about the TLP colors. There's the face value color, and there's always an under shimmer to them. Okay, this is Zeus. Zeus is as close as I've seen to some of the antique gold you'll see out there, with a lot more shine. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up covering this over with a custom purple. Now, I should explain this custom purple. It is made up of, it started as Violet Rain, which is another This Little Piggy, and I added some dioxazine purple and some a little bit of just a few drops of carbon black high flow to darken up just a little bit. A lot of paint down there so far, but it gives me a lot of choices. And I put it dead center in the middle of the canvas, so I didn't have to guess where I was digging into. Just trying to get all of that covered up. About done there. I gotta get that little corner I got away from me. Folks, this takes time, especially when you're layering this much paint. Okay, this is the Honeycomb. Honeycomb is a very bright color. It's both a gold and a yellow. And again, this is just a little more than Mango. Okay, this is my carbon black. This is by Amsterdam. And it's mixed a little bit thinner than the rest of the paints because I wanted it to flow nicely. I also find that the Amsterdam paints are a little bit more, a little thicker. So it is a balance game. To make this work and get enough fluidity with it, I used just a little bit of Josonia and a lot of my high flow carbon black from Golden. So it not only served as a means to change the fluidity, but also gave me a chance to darken up the black, so it would be black. And again, this is an opaque color. And the idea is to create the impression of it being a black pillow paint. I've had people ask me, well, then why not just put down a black pillow paint? I have experimented with the idea of doing a two-tone, and it works. But this one I wanted to do a pure faux pillow, like I've learned from Jessica Winterstrom, and it's a fine art. This is not easy. I'd recommend you try it because it is a lot of fun. I think we can pick up my tool and fill the back of it. It's going to start with titanium white by Tri-Art as my cell activator. I'm going to just put 2 cell activators down at the bottom of this. And I'm going to follow that up with Cobalt Teal by Tri-Art. Not much, just a few drops, just to get that color there. My idea with this swipe is not to do a massive amount of swiping, just get something I can work with. I'm going to be doing a scoop and drag after this, with the goal of only putting down as much as I need for the cell activator, and then pull it so I can pull up some of that color underneath. A lot of color underneath that, so I'll have a lot of choices. Just scooping and dragging, pulling up what I can. I'm going to put a link up at the top for Jessica's video that she did using the same color scheme. She is the master of this, so it's good to see what she does with it. It's hard to see the cells from here, but when I spin this out, you'll see them. Okay, sped this up quite a bit. This is better than half the process, so I sped this up 5 times so that I can show what happened without having to go through the pain of seeing every movement. All I'm doing is stretching this out, finding a place where I want the composition to start and where I want it to be placed, and also ensuring that I get enough coverage. You can see right there, there's a little circle around my artwork, and I was concerned about that. That's where the skin had formed, and usually go around the outside of my puddle to make sure that skin is covered, but I failed to do that this time, and you can see that. Fortunately, this paint, there was so much of it, it loosened up as time went on. Okay, I decided I needed another swipe. Get some cells, some fresh cells to have, so when I stretch this out, it would be there. Okay, now to finally get this spun out. When I start spinning, that looked like it was really hard, but truth is, it was just long. My goal when I spin is not to necessarily get all the paint off, just to move it off the canvas. Here's the flyover. You're going to see that I did get some beautiful cells, and you can see those colors poking through. So it's the charm of this style. You can control where the paint's come up. If you'd like to help, leave a like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications of future videos. It really does help, and it's absolutely free. I want to thank you very much for being here, and I hope you got something out of this. If you could, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.